Yo, Eric, thanks for taking some time out to chat to us, man. How you doing?
Good, doing good. Thanks for having me on. I'm excited to talk to you guys.
Nice. It's all our pleasure, man. So I guess the obvious place to boot this off is with Gatecreeper. New album all wrapped up. Like you must be pretty stoked to have that
Oh
tied up and
yeah,
ready to go now.
yeah. We're in the final stages of approving the masters, and so
Oh,
that's
cool.
the kind of the final thing we do, and then we'd have art and all that stuff. But like, very excited to have it come into a close, and I'm excited for people to hear it. It's still a little ways off from when we'll release it, but I'm excited for that. We've had it's been a while since Deserted, and we had Unexpected Reality come out to kind of fill the space, and that was cool.
Yeah.
But I'm just excited to have an LP out. I'm excited to like hit the road like we usually do and just go full force.
Yeah, man. Like it's kind of funny because I guess it'll be almost 5 years since Deserted came out when the album is due to drop, but it doesn't feel like if anything, it feels like Gatecreeper's momentum has like excelled over those 5 years. A lot of bands, if there's that sort of gap between albums, it can sort of stunt the growth of band. But Gatecreeper just seemed to be like fucking unstoppable force, man.
I feel really fortunate that that seems to be the case.
Mm.
Um, you know, I it's yeah, it's just hard work, and I think it's
Oh
coming
yeah,
up. This is 2023 is 10 years since we officially started the band, and so that's I mean that's a pretty good run so far.
yeah, man.
And so I feel fortunate that we've been able to kind of like get a fan base going that is loyal and will hang out and still support us through the times when we're waiting for the new record to come out and such. So yeah, I'm very excited.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool, man. So I get you guys put up a post. You work with Fred Espy from Dismember on this record. What was sort of his input on this?
So we had written the record, and we did it all and we sent it to him, and we were like, we want you to listen to it, and if you have any ideas or anything, just like write them down. And we actually flew him out
Oh
to
wow.
Phoenix, and he was out for a long weekend. It was like 3 days. And we just hung out in our space, and we listened to the songs, and he just like we just kind of like spitballed ideas and stuff, and we would try different things and rearrange songs and stuff. And so it was kind of he kind of came into at the end, but he had some really cool ideas. It was really fun just getting to work with him. Um, and just hanging out with him was really fun, just because
Yeah,
he's such
yeah.
a legend. And I mean, he's worked on so many records. Like if you look at his Metallum, it's like he's produced, he's helped like produce and work on tons. It has to be like over 100 different records, and they're all awesome. So, and then of course Dismember. I mean, they're
Yeah,
amazing,
yeah, yeah.
and he's just legendary. He's also just a great guy, and it was also really fun. Other than working on music, like we went out, drove out way into the desert at night. We were looking for UFOs and just like
Oh
hanging
mate, that's
out.
sick. Wicked.
And so it was like I'll always, just he's just telling us stories about growing up in the scene, and like
Oh, amazing.
just stuff like it would have been so cool to be a fly on the wall back then, and just getting it to hear it straight from someone that was there was really cool. And so I feel like that was really awesome musically, and just as a friend to get to hang out
Yeah,
with him. It was
absolutely.
really fun.
Yeah, man. What a job he's got. Death metal consultant. Like,
Right.
that's the dream, man. um,
Pretty awesome.
yeah. So Eric, I wanted to ask you, how does the songwriting process in Gatecreeper sort of work? Do you all bring ideas in and flesh them out, or is there like one or two main writers who will present the rest of the band with material?
In the past, it's mostly just been Chase and myself writing, and then Matt does the drum stuff,
Yeah.
but we kind of like bring the ideas together. Um, since we've had some lineup changes over the years since COVID and right before COVID, and we have some new guys, Izzy and Alex on bass and Israel on
Yeah.
guitar. We've opened up a bit because they're just really brilliant dudes, and so we've opened up a bit, and so the majority of it is like all right. I'll write songs, and I kind of write a lot of songs, and I send them to Chase, and like we kind of just like I'll do I have like a shotgun approach where I write a ton of songs and send them to Chase, and then Chase will write songs and he'll work on them for like a long time, like one song,
Oh,
for like
okay. Yeah,
weeks.
yeah.
So we kind of have a different style, but we're always collaborating. We always say that we're like, oh, this song's like the best songs we have are the collaboration songs where like Chase and I really came together.
Yeah.
On the new record, I wrote there's songs that like I came up with, and then the main part, and then worked with Chase on it, and then there's songs that Chase came up with most of it, and then like I helped, kind of like finish it up, and then we bring Matt in, and Matt has ideas, and then we kind of switch stuff, and but now with Alex actually wrote a bunch of riffs on the new record,
Oh,
which is
cool.
cool. So there's some songs, and then Izzy did a bunch of solos, and so we have like our solo game has gotten a lot better with
Oh
Izzy.
man.
So that's really fun.
He's a
Yeah, so
shredder,
everyone kind
man.
of has. Yeah, he really is. I mean, he's
Yeah.
awesome. He's so like humble about it. I'll hear him before the set. He'll be shredding all quiet. I'm like, turn it up, and he's like, oh no, I suck. I'm like, you don't suck, whatever. But yeah, it's definitely like evolving towards more just like everyone working together.
Yeah, that's cool,
Yeah,
man.
and that's awesome. And yeah, I really enjoy it.
Yeah, we've been lucky enough, Daz, haven't we, to see this lineup twice now, over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Um, man, like Gatecreeper are just a fucking force of nature live. There's not many bands where when you feel power coming off a stage. Like I the only other time I've really experienced it as much as Gatecreeper was Rage Against the Machine back in the like late
Oh
90s.
yeah.
I remember just being like G-force stuck like pinning you back, and you get that same feeling with Gatecreeper. Like it really feels like this lineup is like proper solidified, cemented, like prime Gatecreeper now.
I, I love that. I'm glad you feel that way. That is like definitely our intention. Like when we go on the stage, like I want to be, I want to be as heavy as possible, but like even more, I want it to just feel big
Oh
and
god, yeah.
and and like full. And I feel like that's how death metal should be.
Yeah,
And and
yeah.
and, and you bring up like Rage Against the Machine, and it's like they're just such a raw, simplified band.
Mm,
Like Tom Morello's doing all that crazy stuff he does on the guitar, but it's not like tons of pedal. I mean, he uses pedals and stuff, but it's not like tons of pedals. It's like he's doing it himself.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
it's like there's something about that rawness, and like that like you figured out, like just some kids figured out how to do it, without like all this extra help. And that's
yeah,
kind of what we do. Like we have guitar pedals, like distortion pedals straight into heads, and that's it. And it's like that's how death metal is. Like you see Cannibal Corpse, and they're just playing through heads, and
that's yeah, yeah,
they're not using in-ears or anything. Nothing against that, but they're not using in-ears. They're using monitors, and the monitors make it louder on stage, and they're feeling it, and so through their amps and through like actual monitors, so it's actually heavy.
yeah.
And there's a magic to that. And like I feel like we tried to do that. And then also this lineup I think is just really good. I really like Alex and Izzy are awesome guys. Like that's my most important thing. Like we never fight or anything, which is
Yeah, that's
awesome.
cool. Yeah.
Like that's super rare.
Yeah.
And then they're just super pro on tour and stuff, but they're also really fun to be around, and they don't complain. And when things suck on tour sometimes, and it's like you just
Oh
have to
yeah.
laugh through it. You have to laugh through it, and that's like one of their biggest strengths is like I've never heard Izzy complain once about anything. And it's like that's kind of how we all are a little bit, unless we like to complain and we're just joking about shit, but like like real complaining, like I haven't they don't do that, and that's awesome. And I just love them for that. And they're also super heavy on stage, and they look really cool, so that's always
Oh,
fun.
we,
Oh,
we we were just talking before. Like, I think Alex might be one of the coolest looking dudes, like in music, isn't he? He's just fucking
yeah,
effortlessly cool, isn't he? Like,
I know he is, right. It's like blonde flowing hair, and
yeah.
like yeah, no, he's like a cartoon of like a metal god.
Yeah, he
It was
looks
kind
like
of
he's been
funny. So
plucked from the mid-90s, doesn't he? And just
yeah.
plonked
Oh
like
yeah.
in the future. Like it's yeah, it's mad.
Yeah. No. He just fucking he loves metal, man. I mean, that is literally like you can like I love it because he loves all metal. He's not like he's not super pinpointed on one thing. Like he just enjoys metal, which I do too. I
Yeah,
all of us in the band, like we just love all sorts of metal. Like we played with Blind Guardian in Europe, and like
awesome.
we were like, oh, this is sick, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
There's like we just love metal, so he has that. And Izzy's like that too. Like we love everything metal, so it's fun. So that's always a good time.
There's the next couple of chats lined up, mate. We're gonna have to reach out, aren't we, for
Oh yeah.
get a complete collection. Talking about live, obviously we saw you at Bloodstock earlier this year. That new track that you played sounded fucking huge. Like it being about tanks is so apt considering that song is literally like a tank. Like it's like just steamrolling over the crowd. Like so in
I,
oh sorry, mate. Yeah. What was it that was that the track you were like, yeah, that's the one we want to premiere live for people to get a little taster?
we were originally talking about doing every 3 shows we would play a different song,
Oh wow, okay.
but that and we were gonna do like like play a new one like every 3 shows and then like start it over. But then that song is like awesome, and we have a lot of new sounds on the new record, and
Oh wow.
I want and it's nothing crazy. Like I think it makes sense, and I'm really
It's like
excited to
drum and
show
bass on
people.
there.
No, but like that's a song where it's like it kind of represents some of the new sound we're doing, but it's also like it's like Gatecreeper.
Oh yeah.
And so I thought
Yeah.
like that we all felt like that was a good song where it was like it would like it made sense in this in a set where people don't know the song yet. It's also just a cool song. So yeah, I think that was for sure the one where it was like it's a good crossover between kind of our newer sounds that we're kind of trying to do. And with every record, we're always trying to do something new. And then it's kind of like right in between. And so it's kind of a perfect song to like show people something new.
Yeah, wicked
So yeah.
man. So you're talking about sort of new sounds and stuff. Obviously, on an unexpected reality, you know, we've got those short like blasts of grindcore in there. Obviously, the emptiness was like a big death doom monster at the end. Are those going to be elements of that pushed forward into the new record and expanded on, or
Yeah, for sure. I
wicked?
think all of our releases have had that Doom kind of stuff on it.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
We just enjoy that a lot. It's just
yeah.
really fun to write. I don't know. Playing it live, we haven't really done any of that stuff live necessarily, which maybe one day we would. But just because the songs are so long, we don't get that
Yeah,
much time when we play. But
yeah,
yeah, that's
absolutely.
on
Yeah,
that's for sure on there. And then there's definitely elements of like the grindier, really fast stuff.
wicked.
Like unexpected reality. Like we hadn't really done blast beats
No, no, no.
before that, and it was always kind of like a thing. We were like I love blast beats. Like I like they're awesome, but we just kind of have these like not rules but little things where we're like, okay, we got to try to write songs without certain things, and it kind of makes it, I feel like it makes it our own.
Yeah,
And so then with unexpected reality we're like, oh, let's have blasts, and we did it. And so now on like the new record there's blasts, and like it's fun. I Yeah, I'm really excited for it. But it's all, all those flavors from unexpected reality are on there, and then
wicked.
flavors from all the other records. But there's also a bunch of new stuff, and because we're always trying to push ourselves and push the envelope a little bit, you know, and write what's fun for us, And after 10 years of writing, it's like you gotta kind of evolve and do new stuff at some point,
Oh yeah,
you
absolutely,
know,
man.
just
Like
for just for writing's sake.
yeah, like we as fans are, we listen to the album and we'll see you guys maybe once on a tour, but you're up there playing it every night. Like you need to keep things fresh for your own sanity as well, I guess. Don't you say? Um, oh man, I'm just so stoked for the record now. Like when Chase announced it on stage at Bloodstock, we were all like, oh my god, so have you got like titles and artwork and all that in the
um
done, or is that does that sort of come later in the process?
so We generally in the past we would just write. I feel like a lot of big metal bands do this. You kind of like it's like riff based, and you're not really like
Yeah,
writing
yeah,
you're not like here's the lyrics I have. Let's write a song to it.
yeah, yeah,
But we kind of tried to like incorporate the lyrics more, and like and I'm really proud of what Chase has written with the lyrics on the new record. I think it's really cool.
oh, wicked.
It's a little more like conceptual, which I mean it's just our normal stuff, but it's like I think the lyrics they're more like poetic. I don't know like the word like there's more to them, which is
Yeah.
cool. Like I think fans of lyrics will really enjoy this new record. If you're one of those people, and so they definitely like play into the song more because he started doing that earlier on in the process, and so I think the lyrics and stuff are like more a part of the songs.
Awesome.
um Sorry, I totally forgot where we were headed
No,
with
no,
that.
no, man. Like, so do the album titles and then the artwork, do they sort of flow
Yeah.
from the lyrical themes, I guess, don't they?
Yes, and this one has like this new record has like way more of like there's way more theme to it. There's
Oh,
way more
cool.
like thematic. So yeah, so definitely like lyrics and stuff will play into the artwork. And more so than ever, like the artwork will be tied in with the kind of concept of the record.
Oh,
Awesome.
sick.
We don't have the artwork yet. We had someone working on it and it kind of like some stuff happened and we like couldn't do it. So we have a new person working on it, but hopefully they'll be done with it soon because we're all like eagerly waiting
Yeah,
to see
yeah.
that, because like that like that caps it all off, and I'm really excited for the concept, but we'll see when we get it.
Yeah.
Daz, you know what this means, don't you? This means more merch, mate.
Oh,
Oh
I
yeah,
can't. I can't handle the merch game, man. Gatecreeper have got such a good merch game, and I don't know who to hold responsible for like bankrupting me on a monthly
yeah.
basis.
Oh, it's Chase. It's
Oh,
it's
for real.
100% Chase. It's 100% Chase. Like he like takes the merch stuff so seriously, and
Oh, you can
I, I,
tell.
I
You
mean
can tell. Yeah.
I mean he's always like I have feelers, so he's like, or he commissions stuff, so he'll like get people to like he'll have like he'll be it's like a chess game. He'll have like merch like three merch orders like down the road. He's already like working on it, and he definitely it's not just like oh here's a shirt with whatever on it. Like he's like he's thinking about like it's artistic for him, even if it's him designing it or it's someone else designing it. Like he's very much in the process, and
Oh, that's
as
sick
far
though.
as far as I know, so he's like it's like calculated, and he has fun. Did that like he came up with that barbed wire camo hat, if you saw that
Oh,
recently.
yeah, yeah.
And like he just saw one of those in like a truck stop, I think, and then was like he found
Oh,
out
that's
where
sick.
to get them, and then he bought them, like tons of them, and then
That's so
sent them
sick.
to the embroiderer, and they printed it. So it's like it's like he's like very hands on with it. So I credit him fully with our merch game for sure.
There you go, Daz. You can invoice Chase then. Like, honestly, Eric, every month we'll get a picture in our group chat of Daz's new Gatecreeper shirt.
Oh,
Like,
I've got one coming, mate. It's been dispatched today from Evil Greed.
Hell yeah, we appreciate the support.
Oh, no troubles, mate. All day long.
awesome. So, dude, we wanted to take you then, I guess, from Gatecreeper into a little bit of your sort of journey into music and stuff. So,
Sure.
take us back to when you were just a cow kid. And did you have a lot of music around you growing up?
Yeah, I did. My parents both really liked music a lot. My mom actually she's worked in radio for like 30 something years.
Oh, wow.
So she worked at a radio station. And so I was always around music, and she always kind of kept up with music. And so I've always felt lucky that like she never thought like Cannibal Corpse and stuff was weird. Like
Cool.
because she's
Yeah.
just like not that they're playing that on the
Yeah.
radio, but like she understood modern music and she wasn't scared of it.
Yeah.
And so like I always felt like I was like I didn't have this, like, a lot of people have the stories of like their parents throwing out their Slayer records or whatever. Like I didn't have that, which I'm thankful for. But my dad loved the Eagles. He loved Steely Dan, stuff like that. He loved Bob Marley, which is really funny. And he actually he had like speakers that he made. Like he got, I don't know how he did it, but he like put speakers outside,
Oh, sick.
and it was like really like DIY. But and like on Sunday mornings he would just be blasting like reggae music, and he'd have no shirt on and short shorts, like short khaki shorts, and this giant straw hat. And it's like, and it's like it's Arizona. It's like it's like, 1,000,000 degrees.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's just out there raking, and it's just like 6 in the morning, just like Bob Marley blasting from his little speaker thing he made. Yeah.
That's
And then
amazing.
yeah, my mom loves like all sorts of stuff. Like she loves like music from the 60s. Like even just yesterday I was talking to her, she's like, oh, the 70s. Like we were so lucky, all the music we had. She was just talking about it. So that
Yes.
always was important to her. And then my sister was into like she was into all the like punk stuff, and then like got into hardcore, and she always liked
Oh,
metal.
cool.
And so like I always had her, and she's like 4 or 5 years older than me. And she was always really cool and supportive about it. And I have memories of like I have a memory of like sitting outside her room listening to her friends talk, and they were talking about Crowbar.
Oh,
And
mate.
I was like listening, and I went and like got like I was like, oh, I gotta listen to Crowbar. And so she was always like a cool force too. So yes, there's a lot of music in my house growing up.
Yeah, that's wicked. It's funny. Like nearly everyone we chat to does in it who's in a band who's gone on to make a career in music has had some sort of guitar music growing up
Yeah.
from parents, haven't they? Like regardless of whether it was heavy or not, there's always like
Sure.
guitars and drums, a proper band associated somewhere. So it's really cool to, yeah, it's really cool to hear that it's just a common theme that we get sort of all the time. But and the older sibling as well is
Yeah,
always one, isn't it? Who passes the music down. It's really cool.
absolutely. I think that's like people that have that are super lucky.
Yeah,
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 I know.
yeah,
And I think there's something to be said about people that figure it out on their own too.
mm,
But like, but it's like, I don't know, having music. I think it's just healthy to have music. I think
yeah,
it's human.
definitely.
And I just I like I don't have kids. I don't know if I'll ever have kids, but if I ever did, I definitely like I'd want them to have music in their life. I mean, it's like playing music is good for your brain. Like it's like math. It's it's creative. It's like
Yep.
soothing. It's therapeutic. It's like it's awesome. And then on it's just, I don't know. It's good. I like music.
Yeah, it's funny. My two sons take the piss out of me all the time for when I'm listening to metal. They're like, "Oh, Dad, can you put that song on that goes?" And I say, but then like, so I'll put some maybe softer stuff on in the car, and I'll see them like nodding, or like a day later be, Dad, what was that song you were listening to yesterday? And I'm
It's so
like,
funny.
yeah, getting you, man. I'm getting them. I'm getting them. Like it's reeling them in slowly. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just natural. It's natural. I think people have been making music for ever since they were people, I assume.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, yeah. So obviously so I guess your sister was like your introduction then to heavy music. But what were the first what were your first love bands that you loved that you discovered sort of growing up?
So when I was pretty young, I saw, remember those CDs? Like it wasn't Now, it was like Now Volume One. Those
Yeah,
like
yeah,
compilation CDs they would sell on TV.
yeah, yeah.
There was one, and I was like really young, and it was like Southern rock.
Oh,
It
cool.
was like the Allman Brothers, and and stuff like that, and that Ramblin' Man song was on it from the Allman Brothers.
Yep.
Lord, I was born. Yeah, and like I like, for some reason I like was just obsessed with that song. And I forget how I got it, but I got it on CD or something, and I would just listen to it all the time. So like the Allman Brothers was huge. I've always really liked blues music,
Yeah,
and my
same man.
mom would put my mom when I was really 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 little would put blues on, and she said it would like calm me. Like I would just stop whatever I was doing and just kind of hang out.
Oh, quality.
Like I feel a connection to that for
Yeah.
sure. Um, there was like bluegrass stuff that
I love that stuff.
I love bluegrass, like old bluegrass, even like some of the newer stuff. It's kind of cheesy, but like I like it. But back in the day, like bluegrass was really big. My sister had like a ska phase, and she was kind of like she was listening to like the specials and stuff,
Quality.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
like all those bands like that, and I really got into that stuff. Like I really enjoyed that. And then I was listening to like Suicide Machines and like kind of like the punkier stuff. And like
Yeah.
I was really into that when I was really young. I had like the Punkorama CDs.
Oh yeah,
Oh
they were
yeah, I
epic,
remember
man.
them. Yeah, yeah.
But then she had this VHS shoot, these VHS, it was called Beer Nuts. I don't know if you guys have that.
No, no, I
It
had
was
that, man.
called Beer Nuts. And it was like you could buy them at record stores, and I think people would just make them. And I don't know the history of beer nuts, but it was cool. And it was just a VHS, and it was just a compilation VHS of music videos that bands would make, and it had like everything on it. It had like bands from Japan. Like there was this one punk band, they all dressed up like Elvis. I remember on there, and like I was pretty young. I was like 9 or something, and then they had like hardcore on there too. And there was this band Strife, which is like
Oh,
a pretty
Strife was sick.
do you know
Yeah.
yeah, you like Strife, right?
Oh
They
yeah,
were
man.
Yeah.
on there,
Yeah.
and there's that song Blistered, and they
Yeah.
had I have to go back and look when that song came out, because I wonder how old I was when I was watching this. So I might have been a little older, but they had a music video on there for that song. And like I was like, oh my God, what is this?
Yeah.
And like very cool. And you're just watching it was like before we had like YouTube, and so like you were just watching. It was like pretty much the same thing, where you can just have access to all these different videos, and I would just like rewind them and watch them over and over.
That song came out in '97.
Yeah, okay, so I
Yeah,
mean it was, yeah,
classic album. That.
it's such a good album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
The gang vocals on it are so sick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's just the heaviest shit. But yeah, I remember seeing that video. That was like really cool. But that was big watching those. I watched those hundreds of times. And then I would
That's
go, we
so
had,
sick.
I used to have the same
yeah,
with like my dad used to record Headbangers Ball. So
cool.
I used to sit and watch those, and like you said, you find a song you like and you just rewind it and rewind it and rewind it and watch it over and
Yep.
over again. And yeah, that's how you discovered music then, man.
It's kind of like the next level of tape trading. Like you've actually
Yeah,
got a visual aspect
yeah,
to
it's
that
one
as
up,
well.
and
That's
it's
so sick.
visual.
Bloody hell.
When Josta was hosting it, I forget, I don't know the years that happened, but when Josta was hosting it, I remember I would stay home on like Saturday or Friday or whenever it was on, and we would just watch that. And I was already into metal by that time, so it was like perfect. But yeah, I mean, watching like Lamb of God videos and stuff on there, like back in the day. There's other stuff. There's like heavier stuff too.
Yeah,
It was awesome.
you guys were so lucky that you got the Jasta version, because we never got that in the UK.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it had died off. It had died off before then. That was kind of, he rebooted it, didn't he? And
It was a reboot.
yeah, we never got it, man. So we were like,
Damn.
by then it was the music television had completely just shut the bed in this country. Yeah, we never got it. So I think some of them are up on YouTube now that you can watch, but yeah, that was a good era for Headbangers Ball, man.
Well, it was cool because you could tell that he had like control over it.
Yeah.
He's like a true music fan.
Yeah.
And so like that I feel like that's rare.
Mhm.
Like to have a host of a show that is like in it, has lived in it, and came from a band like Hatebreed that wasn't just like, I mean, it's like they were like a grimy band, they're like a true heavy band. And so it's like, he wasn't just like some actor they got to like host it. And so he would play like all sorts of cool stuff, and of course he loves like his sponsorships and stuff, but it's like, you'd find there'd be like Easter eggs in there, and it was like I found a lot of cool stuff. So shout out to Jamie Josta for that. I think there's probably a lot of older metalheads now that were young at the time, and it was definitely a good influence on them.
Yeah, definitely. So what were the first sort of shows that you can remember going to?
Um, so I went to a lot of when I was really little. I went to like R&B shows and stuff because my mom worked at the radio station.
Oh
So
wow.
like I remember seeing was it like B2K, whatever that was. I remember seeing I was like little. I went and saw LFO and I thought they were funny. And that Abercrombie and Fitch, it was like it's really shitty. It's like shitty pop music. I saw vitamins. I saw Vitamin C. I saw like all these old like pop things from when like I guess maybe like the early 2000s. But I remember going. My sister took me to see Billy Idol, which
Oh,
is really
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
And that was like when I was pretty young. I went and saw that. I saw that she took me to the Dropkick Murphys when I was pretty young, and that was a cool show. I remember watching a Nazi get beat up.
Nice.
And that was like literally like one of my first shows, and I was just like, that was really
Yeah, what
cool.
the fuck?
Um, uh, yeah, I mean, in I think it was 2004. I went. My like best friend Andy, his brother Renato, he took us to see. It was God forbid. Um, it was God forbid, Hatebreed, Slayer, and Slipknot.
Oh, sick.
Wow.
That
Um,
is a fucking
at the
lineup.
at the at the convention center in Tucson, Arizona, and it's like I don't know, like 10, 20,000 people probably. That was back when they had shows like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And like I had already been into metal by then. And I was probably what would that be? I'd be like 15. I was probably 15. And I remember Slipknot played after Slayer. And I remember being super mad about it. I was like, oh, this is stupid. Like Slayer needs to headline, you know? And now looking back at it, I'm like, I wish I saw like the OG Slipknot. Like I was there, but I didn't really like pay attention because I was so mad that Slayer was whatever. But that was such a sick show. And it was like there was like 50 pits, and like Slayer was amazing, and Hatebreed is incredible, and like God forbid, like them or not, like incredible musicians.
Oh yeah.
Like that
Oh,
band, like they
oh,
were like just
super
shredders.
underrated. Yeah.
Yeah, and their songs were like super complicated, but like still catchy. That's like that was awesome. That was so big for me until like I had seen. I think after that, maybe I saw Metallica at the same place. It was like it was in like the bigger room, but I saw Metallica, but it was like to see like a heavy show like that with like more grimy bands, you know, like there's Metallica, and the Slayer is like a different vibe.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like that was so sick, and I was like, this is incredible, and I'm a big guy, and I was big back then, and so like being able to like mosh and like let that physical aggression out without people caring that you're hurting them, like outside of playing football or something, is like awesome. So that definitely like hooked me. Like I saw metal as like a full contact sport. You know, it was like kind of like the like like NFL of like
Yeah. Yeah.
music kind of.
Like
And so I was like, this
stretching
is
them,
sick.
stretching before a gig, like warming up for like.
No, well, and then even playing, it's like you thrash pretty hard. Like I try to
Yeah.
go as hard as I can.
Oh yeah.
I think when I'm doing it, I think I'm going crazy. And then I watch videos and I'm like, okay, I'm not going as crazy as I thought. But, but when I'm on stage, I'm like, oh my God, I'm insane. But and so you feel like you're. I don't know. I like that. I like that part of it. Like even the music, it just shakes you physically. And
Yeah.
like that
Yeah. Yeah.
show was so loud, and back then I could still hear, so it was like extra loud. And so it's just like it was awesome. So that was a really cool show. I forget. It was like Sounds of the Underground, maybe
Yeah, that
tour.
rings a
It's like
bell. Yeah. Yeah.
2004.
Mm.
It was awesome. That was so sick. Like that was a big show. So I'm gonna credit that as like a pretty like pivotal show for me when I
Did
was
you
younger.
when you like was that the shows where you were like, I want to do that? Like that's what I want to do. I want to be up.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, no, yeah. Like I can remember like so going to a show like that was like huge. But then even before that, remember watching MTV, and they had this like weird like rocker guy. He was like one of the characters that was on MTV, and he had someone on. I forget what band it was, but he taught you how to do a power chord. You know, just like the really simple power chord
Yeah,
shape on the
yeah.
guitar. And I had been playing guitar, but I didn't, I don't know, like I never thought about writing. Like you're just like learning like AC/DC songs and stuff.
Yeah, 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 of
And
course.
like
Yeah.
or whatever, you know, and like um I remember I was at my friend Ryan's house, and I remember going into his bedroom, and we had a little amp, and he was playing that video game where you're like worms and you shoot bombs at each other.
Oh,
I don't know if you remember that game.
yes, I
Whatever.
do.
That's part
Yeah, yeah.
that's a
It was
part of the
called
memory. If
Worms.
anyone knows,
It was
yeah,
called
yeah.
Worms. Yeah,
Shout out,
you had
shout
little
out.
tanks and stuff. You blow each other up. Yeah, that was sick.
And
We
I
used
don't
to
even
play that
know
all the
what
time.
system I don't even know what system it was on. It's like super old, but he was playing that, and I was sitting there, and I was like, okay, cool, you got to do this shape, and I hit it, and it felt like heavy, even
Yeah.
in the little practice amp, and I was like, oh my god,
Whoa.
and like I remember right then it clicked, and I was like, I could write this, I could do this, like I could play metal or I could play heavy. You know, back then it probably wasn't
Yeah,
metal, but
yeah.
it was like I could play like punk or whatever. And from right from there, I was like obsessed, and I just like started bands, and I was like figuring it out, and all I would do is just like play like forever, like
Oh.
all night. I stopped caring about school and stuff, and I was just like constantly just that's all I cared about. So
Did you
so yeah, like
did you teach yourself, Eric? Did you have lessons or
um
are you
I
self-taught?
did
Or?
I did do lessons. I and that was another like nice thing, having like parents that were down with music,
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
I didn't like I did football when I was like 13, and like I just like I love playing football, but like I just didn't like being on like a team necessarily.
Mm.
I don't know. I didn't like I whatever it was just like I didn't like it. It's also really freaking hot here, and it sucks. And
Oh
so
my
like
God,
I
I
was
couldn't
like
even imagine that. Yeah,
I
man.
I
know
was
the
like
gear,
this
Matt.
yeah, I was like this sucks. I'm good. Like I love playing football, but I was like I'm good. And like I didn't get into anything else. Like I didn't do band at school. I didn't do anything. I was just obsessed with playing music. And so like so I took lessons from this guy Jason Blake in Tucson. Shout out to Jason Blake. I haven't seen him in a long time, but a ton of people, you just go to this dude's house, and he was just like sometimes you'd get picked up, like I get dropped off, and like we would just go, he'd like go to the store and get cigarettes with you and come back, and then like you would like just play guitar. Like he was sick. And like your
Oh.
parents had like no idea like that you were like driving around with them. But he had a recording studio. He had like his own recording studio, and it had like a legit room, like it had like a soundproof room and
Oh
stuff.
wow.
There's a lot of kids in Tucson that had him as their teachers, and they're all in bands. There's that band Military Gun.
Yep. They've
Yeah.
blown the
The guitar
fuck up, man.
the guitar player Che is from Tucson, and he had him as his guitar. He did guitar lessons with Jason, and now
That
he's
man's
in a big band.
responsible for for so many.
So so I don't know if like I don't know if we're like the two that did it, but like there's definitely something to it. Like
Yeah,
his,
yeah.
you know, for I know for him like that was cool doing those lessons. So yes, long story short, yes, I did do guitar lessons, but I learned a lot myself. And I never really cared too much about learning other people's music. I was kind of always thought it was kind of boring.
I was gonna
So like
ask you that, man, because I did. I've started guitar lessons when I was about 8. I had a very similar upbringing. My dad's a massive metalhead, so I
hell yeah.
started playing. So I did guitar lessons, but I think that's where I kind of went wrong. Is I was just learning other people's music, and somewhere in my brain, like you said, like I figured out I could write this. That
Yeah.
never triggered in my brain. I was like, well, I was just trying to figure out everyone else's music. So I guess it's quite pivotal, isn't it? Those young years when you're learning something, how you're
For
taught
sure.
and things like that. So, but you've made me want to dig my guitar out again, man. I'm gonna do
Right.
that.
I, I think it just like can lead to different places. Like
Yeah, yeah.
for what I just don't have the passion to sit and learn other people's songs. I don't know why. Like
Mm.
I just don't. And I just enjoyed playing. Like I enjoyed writing my own songs. I would just play guitar over other people's stuff. Like I would put
Oh, okay.
songs on, and I would just like add stuff to it.
Did that help you with like the say like the theory side? Like, oh, if I'm writing they're playing in this key. I need to be at. Do you know what I mean? Did that help you figure out how to structure a song and what fitted in where and things, sort
Yeah,
of
no,
that sort of side of things?
oh, for sure. And I was never one to like really have the theory down,
Mm.
but I had it down like in my own weird way.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah,
I
yeah,
like I have like really bad dyslexia, and so like sometimes I just like mix stuff up in my head. Like I like things are just like backwards. Like I'll read something and then like I'll read a number and then like when I go to go use it, it'll be like backwards. Like 49 will turn into 94 or
yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah,
And so like remembering stuff like that is always really hard for me. But like if I could do it in like a more active, organic way, where
yeah.
you're just kind of figuring it out, and then like that was kind of how I did it. And I made my own kind of like system. But yeah, now it's like I have like theory kind of, but it's just based on things I've figured out. So maybe it's not like a complete understanding of theory, but like in very specific, there's like specific
Yeah,
tools I can
yeah,
use that are
yeah.
probably theory based. They're theory based, but they're not necessarily like perfect.
You just
Like
make
a
your
lot of
own
the times,
theory,
like
it's better anyway, isn't it?
what
Yeah,
was that?
If you just make your own theory, it's
Yeah,
better. That's what makes you unique. You just do your own
no,
thing, figure it
exactly.
out.
Well, I send stuff to Chase all the time where like my ears are pretty shot now, like after playing, and like I'll send stuff to Chase and it's sick, but he's like, this note sounds horrible, or it doesn't sound horrible. But he's like, I don't think it doesn't say it sounds horrible. He's just like, there's like a weird clash on this one note, and I can't tell. And
yeah.
I'm like, it sounds sick. And then he'll look and go in and like try to figure it out. And he's like, oh yeah, these don't work together. And then he'll like move it a half step. So like I
Oh, I
can't
see
hear
what you
it.
mean.
I
Like
don't
he
even.
knows like the mathematics behind it.
Well, like
Right.
he'll just he's like I'm more just like when I listen to something like if we're getting like masters back, like I don't really hear many issues, but then
Yeah.
Chase will hear like 100,000 little things, which is cool because
Yeah.
like I think we work together well that way.
Yeah.
Like he's like he has such a like ability to just like pick stuff apart, and I don't know if he's just more capable of like focusing on more things than I am at once. But then that's kind of like he will look at the theory and like find what scale something is in, and like he likes to make sure that it like makes sense.
Yeah, that's
Unless
it.
and then we
Yeah.
and there's stuff on the new record where like it doesn't actually make sense, and there is some dissonance, but it's like it's a riff I wrote, and I think it sounds cool, and like we would take that dissonance out of the riff and like fix it, like quote unquote, and like it didn't sound the same. So like there's times when we leave stuff in there and it doesn't actually make sense with the theory. But like you said, it's like you make your own theory.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I'm going more on just like how it sounds. And so it's
That-
like, we played freaking death metal. It's like, it doesn't have to be all there could be
Yeah.
dissonance in it.
Exactly, dude. Yeah. I remember something my guitar teacher, he wrote in my little music book. He just wrote like, if it sounds good, it is good. And
Exactly.
I've always just remembered that. And it's like, if it sounds good in your ears, does it matter that it doesn't belong to the scale that the previous notes belong to? Like, it
No.
don't matter, man.
I this is about guitars, but Babyface, Brian, who's the Cannibal Corpse guitar tech and like stage manager, and like he's been with them forever. Babyface, shout out Babyface, amazing dude. But we toured with them many years ago, and I would go watch him work on the guitars, because he's like setting up like 6 or 7 guitars a day, and
Yeah. Yeah.
I was just watching because I wanted to get better at it. And he told me one day, he's like, this guitar is just a piece of wood with metal on it. Because I would always ask him like, what's the correct way to do this? Is there like a way to do intonate, like whatever. How do you like intonate it, or like where should the neck relief be, or whatever?
Yep.
And he's like, as long as it plays how you want it and it sounds good, it doesn't matter. He's like, it's just a piece of wood with metal on it. That's all. Like you can't. There's
That's
not like
such
a right
sick
way.
advice, man.
And like technically, like you could use theory, and that's the right way to do it. But at the end of the day, it's just death metal, and so if it sounds good, it sounds good. And
Yeah.
the majority of the
Yeah.
people don't understand theory anyway. All you understand is what you hear.
Yeah.
And so if the guitar sounds good, and plays good, then it's set up fine. It doesn't matter if like it goes by the book. And so I just use that as like a metaphor or whatever now. Like
it's a great way of thinking
for
about
everything.
things, because when you think about it, man, right, you're stood up on that stage, the people in the crowd, right, are fucking banging their heads, and there's beer flying everywhere, and they're all sweaty. Maybe there's one bloke looking, going, not sure his guitar's set up correctly, you know. Like, do you know what I mean? No one gives
Yeah,
a
that
fuck,
C
do
minor
they?
shouldn't have been in
No,
there.
Yeah, if it's like
no.
you're doing it you're playing for the people in the audience, and they're just fucking there to have a good time and escape the day-to-day life
Exactly.
and that. And
Exactly. Yeah, I'm not. It's not like a piano recital.
no,
It's not called. It's not called a. It's not a death metal recital. Like I honestly, like I don't care. Like if it sounds heavy and like you're killing it, like that's sick. If the crowd's going, that's what I tell the boys. Like Izzy and Izzy and Alex. I'm just like, if the crowd's moshing, like you're fine.
yeah,
Like you could literally like if we could be just like throwing up into microphones, and if the crowd is like moshing, then like it's fine.
yeah,
Like that's the point. That's like the gauge. That's my gauge. Like is the crowd like into it? And like sometimes when you travel internationally, like some places in Europe, like they don't really mosh that much.
mm.
It doesn't mean like when we first played some of those places, like I'm like we played in Uruguay this year or last year, and everyone was sitting down in chairs.
Oh wow.
Which is like kind of funny. We played with Psychroptic.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
played with Psychroptic, and they played after us. And then halfway through their set, so we played. Everyone was sitting down, and then halfway through their set, everyone was sitting. And then the singer just like, "Can you guys stand up?" And they all stood up. Like they were like waiting, and like Chase was like, "Damn it, I should have asked him to stand up." But but now over the years, I'm figuring out like regional differences and how crowds act, and so I'm
Yeah.
like gauging like, okay, is this show? Do I have to like do something right now and my like use a tool in my toolbox while I'm playing to like enhance this show? Because sometimes you play like that Bloodstock set. I thought was really cool. Like kids were down, and so I was like,
Dude,
okay,
yeah,
cool, we're doing it good. But if it was
yeah.
kind of like off, I would be able to tell, and maybe like you go a little harder or like you do something. So
Yeah, you like it was funny you mentioned Bloodstock, because we were quite near the front, and I remember we all at one point, didn't we, Daz, turned round at the
Yeah.
same time. We were like,
Yeah.
fuck, the crowd was just like,
Yeah.
had just
It
got
was
bigger
fucking
and bigger
mental.
and bigger and bigger until it was like you couldn't see anything else but people. It was fucking sick, man.
well, we were supposed to play. You probably know we were supposed to play an hour later,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
and so I think there's a lot of people that like weren't there yet for us,
Mm.
and so then they were like coming, like they heard us, and I had a lot of people tell me like I was at the other end of the festival, but I knew you guys were playing because you could tell because
Yeah.
the guitar tone, and so like that really made me proud because I was just like, that's what I want.
Yeah,
Like
it's
I want
unmistakable. It's unmistakably
like
Gatecreeper, isn't it?
you're like, oh my god, yeah, yeah, because it just doesn't sound just we're just your standard death metal band, but like we have there's a power to it that I'm proud of.
Yeah,
That's
man.
like a force of nature, mate. That set.
Yeah, yeah, it
Fucking
was.
unbelievable,
That
mate.
Yeah, it
that
was.
was fun. Yeah, and Sacred Reich, like they're from Arizona and they're friends of ours. They were going to be late,
Mm.
and so they wouldn't get. They went all the way to UK just to play that, and like they wouldn't have been able to play if we didn't switch with them, and so we just switched with them.
Yeah, it
And
was
like
cool,
I
man.
think we're supposed to have video of that set, but I think maybe it got like screwed up or something because we switched times.
Oh,
That's on
really?
YouTube.
Because
I'm sure that's on YouTube.
because
isn't
like
it?
because they've like released like other no, it's not like they've released other. I really enjoyed that set, so I kind of like wanted to see if I like watch it, and yeah, I haven't seen it, but I've seen other band sets, so I'm
Yeah,
hoping
Bloodstock
that
filming.
switch
Maybe.
that
Yeah.
I'm hoping the switch didn't like screw something up, or maybe the Sacred Reich one will be us playing and vice versa. So we'll figure
Yeah,
it
just be advertised from.
out.
Yeah, but man, that set was so fucking cool. So let's outside then, Eric, outside of sort of music a little bit. Wanted to get a bit more into sort of what makes Eric tick, I guess. What first thing I want to know, man, what's the sickest hat you own? Like
The sickest hat.
yeah, I love
So
my favorite hat that you've posted is easily the Mountain Dew one. Um
oh yeah,
it's
that's a good one.
it's so fucking cool.
In America, there's just like our culture is so stupid, and I love it. And
Yeah.
like it's like you can go in, like we're like the gas station truck stop of the world, like there's like the food of gas stations, and like the hats, and like we sell like just the craziest shit, like stuff that's just insane in the gas stations. And like I claim that is like my culture. My culture is just like a gas station. And like like you can just buy like hats like that, like just the Mountain Dew hats. But like I have one right here, and I don't know if people will be able to see it. Like I bought this, and it just says rodeo. Like it's just a hat. It's like a camo. It's like a desert camo hat, and it says rodeo on the brim. And then there's a guy riding a bull with an American flag. And then the back also says rodeo. Like it's just a hat dedicated to rodeo, and it's sick.
Yeah, it is sick, and it's
yeah.
I've been to America a few times, well, a couple of times now, and I like the just like those t-shirts with just like Arizona written on it, and then just a picture of the state like that.
Yeah,
I fucking love that stuff. It's you don't get that in England, do you, Daz? You don't like get a t-shirt with Birmingham written on it, and then just like do you know what I mean? It's the tackiest, coolest sort of clothing you can find.
I have so many hats. Like this is a very exciting topic. But like I gave my favorite one ever. I actually gave it to Chungo from Enforced, the bass player.
Oh, sick.
And it was a black hat, and it said "Shut up and fish," and then on the brim it said "Shut up," and then on the back it said "Shut up." And I thought that was like the coolest hat. I had this Hammerfall hat made. I gave
so
one to
cool.
Alex, and I like we really like the band Hammerfall. Like
Yeah.
like fuck all these posers that act like they don't like Hammerfall. Like Hammerfall's sick. And like it's just this orange camo hat with the Hammerfall logo, and I'm like, I guarantee no one else has this hat because I made it, and like it's badass. I also made these. I made these hats that it's the NASCAR logo, and it says the Beatles suck, and it's the Beatles suck 69 racing team.
Oh my god.
I like it's funny story as I was wearing one of these. I know you guys. I don't. I'm talking trash at your people right here. But,
dude, we're not Beetleheads here. Don't worry.
I just think it's funny. It just pisses people off. Like I don't actually care. The Beatles or whatever. I just think it's funny. But I was wearing one on the ferry from like what is it, like from France to London, like from like Dunkirk or whatever, like right over there. And right when we hit like the middle of like I guess the English Channel, the hat flew off, and it like flew into the ocean. And it was like the second I hit, like I was looking, like we had the map out. I was like, I wonder when you actually get into like the UK. And right when we hit it, and it flew off my head and went to the ocean. And it was like like John Lennon's ghost.
Yeah, it was floats around the English Ocean.
Yes. And then part two of the hat thing is I love these stupid skull caps.
Oh, I've seen
like if you
I've seen those pictures.
So it's funny. Okay, so my old shop teacher from high school, Mr. Norm Testa, he was this badass dude. Like he was just like he's like a bodybuilder guy, and he would wear them like all the time. And he actually wrote the band page like a couple months ago, and he was like, "Hey, tell Eric, here's my number, call me." And I called him, and this is like years later. And this is like just a couple weeks ago, and we went to dinner and went to dinner again. And now tonight we're gonna go see that like the Who band, that like the Mongolian.
Oh, the HU.
Band.
Yeah.
We're gonna go see it, but with
sick.
Norm Testa, my old shop teacher, who turned me on to these like awesome, just ridiculous hats. Like this one has like flames and skulls.
So fucking cool, man.
This one's sick. It's like it's crackle paint, like flying V's.
Oh,
and this is all stuff I've bought. This is just bought at gas stations in America. They're just like this one has like a zombie coming out of like a grave, and it has like a
That's
gravestone.
that's so sick, man.
The classic black one. Yeah, I love them. I put them on. I will wear those before the set, and I will have really shitty sunglasses. I'll put one of those on, and I'll have fingerless gloves, and I will just go hype everyone up before we play. Like I'll just walk around and just like I become like I become like a WWF wrestler,
Yes, mate.
Come
and
on,
it's like
motherfucker.
no one even sees it. Like I'm just doing it for us, and then I take it off and I go play the set, and it's maybe that's part of our secret sauce.
That's where the power
Is
comes from. It
the power to
flows through
smoke
the
it.
hat into the head, into the
Yeah,
fingers.
like I have so many hats. Like there's even more. Like I have some hanging out here. I made this one just to do it. There's a cowboy singer from Wyoming named Chris Ledoux, and his slogans, he's not with us anymore, and I made a hat that says just Ledoux it.
Dude, I honestly
Uh,
feel like when you release the Dark Cowboy solo project, them hats are the artwork, aren't they? When you drop your solo album,
oh yeah.
those hats are the
No,
artwork.
I was thinking about doing like, and I just for fun, just because I think it'd be funny, but doing Dark Cowboy merch.
Oh, dude, we
Oh,
will buy that shit right now. I swear to God.
Just and maybe give the money to like charity or something, and just do like stupid Dark Cowboy shirts. I think it'd be awesome.
I would
I'm
be
gonna get
awesome.
my. Let's see if
Yeah,
I can find this hat. This is my like. This is my like work. This is the hat I wear at work. My
that's
cowboy hat,
it's so cool.
and
There's
it's like it's really shitty, and it's a falling apart. But I wear this at work, and I love this hat.
there's
I
not
have.
many people who could pull that off, man. But
Nice.
you pulled
Well,
that shit. You made that shit look good.
it's necessary out here, man. It's
Yeah,
hot,
yeah.
and it's like I just worked in it yesterday. Um, and you got like the sun here just kills you, and I'm just like the whitest dude ever, and so it's like like I should be back in like I should be in like freaking the middle of Russia somewhere. So but it's for some reason I live here where it's like 1,000,000 degrees, which I love it, but yeah. So those are my
Talk,
hats. I got
dude.
love hats.
Please, like, when the Darkest Cowboy merch line drops, make sure you hit us up, man.
You
Yeah.
got it. I'll hook it up.
We'll be
I'll
all
send
over
you guys
that.
some.
Sponsor this podcast sponsored by sponsored
Oh
by
yeah,
Sick Hats.
dude. Yeah. I should start sickhats.com. Yeah, I got a business. I got a whole enterprise ahead of me.
That's it, man. That whole persona there is dying to be monetized, isn't it? Like you can. Talking of your job, Daz, you wanted to ask, didn't you, about
Yeah, the day job, because I find it fascinating, man. Like your Instagram stories and stuff, you're kind of just like, what is it you do? Like land surveying and stuff, like the environment
um
and the plants and stuff.
yeah, I just kind of like post. I post about it a little bit. I never really like focus on it just because I like work. But like, yeah, I have a degree in rangeland management,
oh wow.
which is like it's a natural resource degree, and so it's a natural resource and like ecology and resource management degree, but an emphasis on rangeland management. And rangelands are anywhere where you have. I mean, it doesn't have to have livestock grazing, but it's like your classic rangeland would be like an area in Wyoming where maybe it's private or public land that has like cattle or like cows just loose on it,
Yeah.
and like and then come springtime they round them up, or and so you're using natural landscapes to feed livestock,
Wow.
and with that there comes like, I mean, there's a culture behind it, but there's also like a whole, there's ecosystems that are impacted by it. And I I think like Western stuff's really cool. So that was like part of the reason I got into it. I kind of always wanted to be a cowboy. Like my family wasn't really like, we didn't have land or necessarily or
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
So like I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go to school for that stuff and see what happens. And I just love, like, I love the desert. I love Arizona. And like and so I went and got a degree and all that.
Wow.
And it's basically like ecology with an emphasis on land use.
Yeah.
And so I have a degree, and then I've had a job now for like 12 years or something with it's like a small business. It's a private contractor, and we bid for contracts for everything, like from like the Department of Defense to just like construction companies to like the tribes in Arizona, like the Hopi tribe has
Oh
hired
wow.
us to
Oh
do
wow.
stuff. Like I've just done like I just do everything. Like
Yeah.
yesterday I was working for the county that we live in, Pima County, and we're doing different surveys, and I'm mapping like trees, and we're basically seeing like over like it's like I think maybe like my 8th year doing it, 10th year doing this one, where we're mapping the trees every year, and you can see how the populations change
Yeah. Yeah.
over time.
Wow.
And then
Amazing.
they use that to calculate maybe not this one, but there's other ones that are similar. They use that to calculate how much like carbon the area can take in for like global warming stuff or
Yeah.
climate change. And then they can actually use that to like get money from the government to like do projects. You know, if they can show like, hey, this area sucks out carbon from the from like the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Like I've worked on like the White Sands missile range where they did the first atomic bombs. That's pretty cool. I
Wow.
can't talk
Nice.
about that. I can't talk about
Yeah.
that stuff, of course, but like
Yeah.
I've worked out there. It's probably as far as
Amazing.
that's probably saying too much.
It just
But
looks
like
really, really nice, man. You know, like some of it
yeah,
looks really beautiful, and I'm just like, it looks like it's actually straight out of a Western film because it is actually
yeah,
a Western.
yeah. Well, I mean, have you ever seen? I don't. I'm finding that lots of people haven't actually seen the movie Tombstone. Have you guys?
No.
No.
Okay, so I think growing up in Arizona, like Tombstone is like so much more. It's like this. It's a badass Kurt Russell movie,
Oh God,
and
I love Kurt
it's a
Russell. How the fuck
and
have I
like
not
no
seen
right,
that?
like Kurt Russell's sick. It's like it's like such a sick movie. But like growing up here, I thought it was like the #1 movie of all time because it's about
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
historic like it's a historic movie about like stuff that happened in Arizona, like near where I live. And so I think everyone here just thinks it's like way more important than it actually is.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
But like I mean, like Tucson and it is like it is the old West, and not so much anymore. But it's like when you think of like the American West, like that this is where it was happening. One of the
Yeah.
spots, one of
Mm.
the many spots where it was happening. And so yeah, you know, and we have a lot of land, and there's a lot of military stuff out here. So there's a lot of lands that people can't really go on to. And so I get
Mhm.
to go on and do surveys in areas where people haven't been for like a long time.
Oh, sick.
And so that's like really fun. I really enjoy that. Like because they're kind of protected in a way. Like a lot
Yeah.
of the area is just getting blown up by like planes practicing blowing shit up, but the areas that aren't blown up are pretty nice. So it's kind of
Yeah,
cool.
it looks sick, man.
So, yeah,
I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to
but
It's
add
just
that Tombstone to my watch list now, mate. Kurt Russell and his
oh,
fucking magnificent tash.
it's there's this. Yeah, no, you got to go watch it. The Kurt
I'm
Russell's
definitely doing it.
such a sick movie. It's
yeah.
a
It's
sick
amazing.
movie.
Yeah, just being out and about in nature, I guess. You don't look like a man who would enjoy sitting in an office for 8 hours a day, Eric. Like, do you know what I mean? It's
No,
just
no,
it,
it sucks. That's sometimes you got to write reports and do that, and I hate it. Like I've turned down promotions. I'm actually in the same. I'd rather be like a grunt at the job, like the lowest level, because first of all, because I can leave and go on tour, but second of all, because the higher in the like nature job world, like the resource world, the more promotions you get, the less you are out in the field
yeah,
because you're
yeah.
more of just like you're more. I think that's probably true with a lot of stuff,
Hmm.
but like I don't want to not be in the field. Like that's why I'm doing it, and
Yeah,
so I've
Yeah,
just
man.
turned down like way better positions because like I now every time I work pretty much like 90% of the time I'm just outside.
yeah,
So
man.
I like it.
You look it from the outside, man. You got a pretty sweet life. You're out there crushing stages, playing fucking death metal with your friends, and then out and about in nature as well. You can't ask for much more than that, can you? Do you know what I mean? So
No, I feel very lucky. I don't know how I ended up here, but I really it's pretty it's pretty good. So I'm living it up.
Yeah, absolutely. So you just mentioned touring, Eric. I wanted to ask you, man, you're a man who tours, you be traveling. Um,
Yeah.
what are some of your, have you got like favorite comfort shows or films that you'll watch on tour to pass time and stuff? Have you got like go to shows that you'll sit and watch? And
So I'm okay. So in the States, unless we're in like a bandwagon or a bus or something, which we've only done once in the States, we're usually in the van. We have our own like 15 passenger van.
yeah.
Um, and I pretty much drive like 99% of the time. Um, and so like I'm just driving. And so I have like comfort music.
Oh, okay.
Like
Then what are your
I listen
driving
to a lot of
albums?
I listen to mostly country.
Oh,
I
okay, cool.
love I love old cowboy country. Like that's like my I like literally am obsessed with it. And like people hate it. Like I'm sure the guys in the band are just like, what is this? It's like people like it's like dudes like yodeling and shit. Like I don't know. I like love it. Like Don Edwards, Chris Ledoux, Red Steagle. There's like a ton. I could name like all these dudes, and they're all like come from like ranching backgrounds and they just like also played music. And there's like this really cool, like, rich history of just like there's cowboy songs, and the cowboys used to actually sing them to the cows, like
Oh,
to the
wow.
cattle, and it would keep them like singing to the herd makes them calm. And so like storms would come in and they would literally be like singing these songs and they would be yodeling with it, like
That's
doing these like
fucking
almost
amazing.
doing like almost like yodeling like type things, not really, it's not like classic what you think of in like Germany or something, yodeling or
Yeah,
whatever, like Switzerland.
yeah,
But it's like
lederhosen.
because it's like loud and it hits like these pitches and like
Mm,
it keeps cows like calm, and for whatever reason there's really good stories too. So it'll be like the chorus will have like a melody that's almost like yodeled, and then it'll have like these great stories in between. And like they're just like awesome. They're awesome stories. Like stories of like it's like adventure and like death and like all this stuff. It's almost like kind of death metal
yeah,
in a way. And I just really enjoy that. And just
amazing.
something about it, I don't know if it's because I'm from Arizona and like they're singing about these areas and stuff, but like I don't know, I feel a strong connection. So I'll listen to that stuff. Um, when we're traveling like overseas and we have a really long flight, I don't always do this, but like sometimes I can sit and do nothing and not even listen to music for the entire flight.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
and like I don't even notice I'm doing it. And I'll just be like it'll be a 4 hour flight and I just sit like this. And everyone's like, yeah, everyone else has like they have like neck pillows and like
Yeah, yeah,
all
yeah.
their stuff and their screens, and they have like a thing to put the screen on the headrest, and I'm just literally just sitting there like, and it's like I like I like flying kind of because like I'm not in control of anything. Like I
Yeah.
don't have to do anything. Like if the plane starts crashing, like I can't do
Yeah, well, it's like
anything.
you ain't got to do anything about it, can
Yeah, like you're it's almost like a vacation. You're up there and you're just like,
you?
I don't gotta do nothing. All I gotta do is survive the tiny seat. So it's kind of nice, but yeah, I and if I do, I'm listening to music. I don't know. I'm more of like a music guy than
Oh,
watching
okay.
TV and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Um, I do really like World War II stuff. Like every just like middle aged dude. I think World War II history is like really fascinating. Like so I'll watch like documentaries and stuff and like old war movies and stuff. Like I enjoy that. But
Nah, cool, man.
I'm usually working. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So we've got to get this. I just come up with this question today. And I'm really interested to hear your answer here. So you've been put on death row, right?
Okay.
Probably because your riffs were too sick or something. I don't know. Like they didn't. What would be your last meal? What would Eric's last meal be?
I think about this a lot and it changes. We actually like this is like a big discussion.
Oh,
This
really?
I think since like Alex has joined the band, like we talk about it a lot. Like what would be we're like this is like last meal quality like meal.
Oh, so that's how you judge if you go to like a restaurant or a food place. Is this last meal worthy?
Well, and because I come from like a trash like culture, like where there's just is no culture, like we're like the like truck stop of the world, like I said. like like I hold like really crappy food and stuff like really high.
So do we, Das, don't we? To be fair,
Yeah, man.
No, I mean, yeah, you guys are from the UK.
We love
my
eating
mom.
some.
My mom loves that thing where it's bread with cheese melted on it.
Oh, grilled
It's
like grilled toast, grilled cheese
I
sandwich or
guess.
something. Yeah,
She gets like Stouffer's like microwaves and things, and it's like it's some UK thing, I think, and it's like toast with cheese.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is this? Like you don't have to eat like wartime food anymore.
Yeah.
I love
You know what
I
I mean?
love that all of our favorite dinners look like wartime rations to everyone else. Don't
Yeah, I'm
they?
like, if there's access to food, you don't have to keep eating this. No, but
Eggs
it's
and peas.
I think honestly, like I don't even know. It's like the hardest question. Maybe barbecue, like just an incredible barbecue plate.
Man. Yeah.
But have you ever had chicken fried steak?
No.
No.
There's this incredible thing that we invented out here called chicken fried steak, and it's like a piece of like steak. I don't even know what it is. It's just this like mystery meat, and they fry it. They fry it in like it's like fried chicken, and then they serve it with eggs on the side, and sometimes like and then like hash browns, and then there'll be gravy on top of it, like a gray whatever gravy. Incredible. And it's like classically big. Like if you get a proper one, like it's huge. It's like lumberjack, like mountain man food. Today it switches every couple hours, but today if I was on death row, chicken fried steak.
Guys, we've got to get out there, mate. We've got to get out there and try some of this food.
Yeah, we will.
We're going on a trip.
Even just looking at a picture of it, it's like it's God's food.
I'm gonna have a look right now.
What drink are you sipping with it?
So many delicious drinks.
The US have got the drink market. So
I mean, we have it all, and we have all like the stuff that's outlawed in Europe. Like we have like all the chemicals, like all the dyes. Like you can just like total just like Wild West. Like you can eat whatever you want.
Dude, I remember the first time I went into like we called them into like a supermarket or whatever you guys have. And I stood in front of that drinks cabinet and I was like, oh my God. I didn't know what the fuck to do, man. I was like, I didn't know where to start. It was astonishing.
It's so good. I really like and once again, like it's a very hard question. I love coming from Tucson, from Arizona. I love just like iced tea. Like we don't do hot like hot stuff out here really.
Yeah.
Like it's like you just get when you ask for a tea here, it's like an iced tea because it's so hot all the time.
Yeah.
Love I like if I'm just going like classic, like simple, like I'm a simple man about to get killed, like you know, like I'm traditional, like I'm just drinking a nice iced tea.
Nice.
If I'm trying to be like if like you know, if like I'm about to get killed by like ISIS or something, and I'm just like, you know, like fuck you. Like I'm gonna have I'm gonna have like a monster probably. Maybe like the rehab monster. You know, I'm just like, you know, I'm going all out, you know, with the monster. I'll have a monster, you know, or maybe like a nice like Mountain Dew. Like Mountain Dew is an incredible drink.
Mountain Dew is
love a
Mountain
Dew. They discontinued rehab in the UK, and May was the darkest day of my life.
Why is that?
I think it was fucking killing people, mate.
I've no idea. No. The rehab, mate, was just like sugar free, nice still beverage. The iced tea and lemonade one is.
That's it. The yellow.
Yeah, the yellow one. Yeah, I used to have one of them
yellow.
every day, man. They discontinued that shit here.
See, we probably like took yours. We have like even more now. Like we have like tons. Like
got loads of them. We got none of them.
Yeah, we got like like we have like art. We probably have like a backup for like 100 years worth. You know, just in case like something happens. Yeah, Like, yeah, no, I love that. I think it's great.
Oh, it's
I
beautiful.
remember being young. Do you remember being young and like there weren't energy drinks? And do you remember? I think it was like Red Bull or Rockstar came out first.
Red Bull came out first here. We all thought it was
And
alcohol
yeah,
because
no, I was like, what
energy
is
drinks were
this?
like, what is that? What?
Yeah, I was like, what is this? It gives you energy, and I was like, this sounds horrible. Like I remember thinking like that sounds crazy, and then I
Yeah.
had one, and I've had one like every day since.
Dude,
So
so that's our thing, isn't it? Like,
Sometimes I have 2 a day.
yeah, I on tour like there's this one called Bang
Oh
Energy. Do
yeah,
you
I
guys
know
have
that.
Bang?
Yeah, we do have
And
that.
like we kind of stopped drinking them because like I think the dude that owns the company is like a real piece of shit.
Oh,
Like he's
okay.
some like crazy like right wing like Nazi dude. So I was like, I'm
Oh,
good. But but like they're like really good. And they're like really strong. And we were drinking like 4 a day on the we did that contamination tour with Dying Fetus.
mm,
And I was drinking probably four of them. And then they have a workout powder, like a pre-workout powder version, and we were
yeah.
ordering that, and we had it on tour, and I was putting that into the Bang.
Oh my
oh my
And we were
god.
like, and then as a joke, we were like putting the powder on our like gums, like we were doing coke, and like, but we were like doing it as a joke, but then it became real, and I was just like on stage, like, ugh. And it was just like energy powder, and like we started smelling really bad, like we smelled bad, but then it was like horrible, like we were like it was like putting us through like puberty again or something, like we were just like we like smelled like disgusting. And I remember just being like I hit rock bottom in Calgary. It was Calgary, Alberta in Canada. And I remember being like upstairs and it was like dark. It was like super dark. And I was all like tired and like sweaty. And I had like a piece of paper out and I had like pre-workout on it and I was like pouring it into my drink and just like it was like a scene from a movie. Like I'm doing like I don't know. I was in like an opium den or something, and I'm just like, oh, and like I was like, guys, we have to stop. It was bad. But yeah, I might drink, if I'm gonna die, I might drink a Bang. I might drink a Bang.
Yeah, you
Might
might
be a
as
good
well.
death row thing.
Yeah, I'd want to give myself an energy drink heart attack just to
Yeah.
I'd go out first before they could get me. Like
I heard someone recently, it was like a video of a bunch of energy drinks, and it was like I work my like your heart, my heart is a muscle, and like my other muscles, I work it till failure. That's awesome. I thought that was funny. I thought that was funny.
Why
I
would
was
need
you
to
like,
treat
put
hell
that
on
any
the
yeah.
hat.
different?
Hell yeah.
Right, dude. So to finish up, we've got a quick death metal either or round. We're going to give you 2 albums by a band, and you just got to choose one or the other.
Okay.
Simple. Start off. I'll kick it off. Cannibal Corpse, Gore Obsessed, or The Wretched Spawn.
That's so funny. I mean Gore obsessed. I have it written down here. But I wrote a bunch of my death metal bands that I like out here just to have like because I can't ever remember stuff when I'm on the
Yeah, yeah,
spot. And
yeah.
it's literally gore obsessed. And there's a whole story behind that, and like it has a meaning to me. But gore obsessed for me, that's like I love that record.
Yeah, it's a sick record. Well, you can't really go wrong with any of them, but yeah,
Yeah,
No,
God
it's just
no.
a
Obsessed is so
fucking great
sick.
record.
Um, Obituary, World Demise, or The End Complete.
Ooh, incomplete.
Sick.
I think World
Oh,
Demise was the first time I ever heard. My mate had a long sleeve when we were young, when we were teenagers, and I remember looking at it and seeing that logo and being like, "Whoa, what is that?" Because I'd only heard
that
like
band's
Maiden
incredible.
and Metallica and stuff like that before. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
They're incredible. I mean, and then again, like they're a band that like has just like great records, and even the new stuff is great.
yeah. New
Yeah,
stuff,
the
Like
great.
it's
latest
it's
record's well good.
awesome. Like the
Yeah,
really new stuff is really good.
yeah.
Yeah,
And then like that Inked in Blood record.
Oh, Into
There's that
Bloods.
song
Yeah,
Visions in my head. I mean, it's like
oh,
sick.
it's
yeah,
so good.
Like that's
yeah.
fucking awesome. Like you wouldn't even, like if you were just watching them and you didn't know anything about them and they played that, you wouldn't even know that was like a newer song. Like it
No,
just it's like Cannibal Corpse. Like they're great.
they've
I
got
think
that
that new record
classic. The new record's wicked, man.
No, it sounds like it's just up there with their old stuff. It's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Deicide, Legion or Once Upon a Cross?
ugh.
That's a rough one, man.
It's a wounder.
No,
Like
I mean, Once Upon the Cross is like freaking like classic. I mean, the songs on there, but like Legion, like the production between the two, like Legion's really cool.
yeah,
I'll say Once Upon the Cross because there's so many. I mean, they both have classic songs, but
yeah.
Once Upon the Cross is like awesome.
That's a top 3
And that
death
album
metal album
cover,
ever. Oh
and
man,
even though like censored, because I'm pretty sure there was like an original album cover, and then they put like the sheet. They had to like put the sheet
yeah,
over
yeah,
Jesus or whatever, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So like that, even it's so sick.
I've got the OG t-shirt artwork, but I can't wear it anywhere. Like
Oh, and
I can't go down the shops with Jesus's guts spilling out everywhere. Like
see,
it
see
can,
here people do
oh,
like you just
really?
do it.
Yeah, yeah,
Like I was at a QT, which is this like amazing gas station we have here, and they there's a kid in front of me, and there's like little kids in front of him, and he had the Marduk shirt that said "Jesus fuck me" on it.
oh, with the she's with the cross
And
on the front.
yeah, he was just like buying like a Gatorade, and like there's just these kids with their mom behind him, and I was just like, so sick.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
no,
wanna
the old
live somewhere where they, kids are wearing really offensive shirts and buying energy drinks.
Yeah,
I'm sure they have it there. I'm sure they have it there. But I will say the older I get, and you have kids now, right?
yeah,
You have to like the older I get, the more I'm like thinking about what I'm wearing.
yeah.
Like I'm like this is actually probably like doesn't suit a 34-year-old. But also fuck it, but like, I'm like I don't know, but yeah, people are definitely staring. I feel like
Yeah,
I feel like back in the day it was like way more dangerous. But like now like
yeah,
everyone has like neck tattoos and stuff.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Right? I mean, which is like they're cool. I'm just like you see it more. Like everyone has a tattoo.
Yep.
Like metal, I don't think metal is as like crazy to people
Oh
anymore.
no, dude. Well, I mean, when you've got like you've actors wearing Cannibal Corpse shirts and stuff like that, and Kanye
Yeah.
West is wearing Cradle of Filth shirts, like it's very, very hard to be shocking anymore or anything like that. So, yeah.
Which I miss. I miss that.
Yeah, hey
And I
man.
feel like when we were younger, like the bands had like super offensive stuff. And like I understand now why like some of that stuff would be offensive, but I do miss like the energy of it.
Yeah.
Oh, big time.
You know,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
That
like I get
cradle
why
shirt.
people don't want to. Yeah, like the Jesus one,
Yeah, hanging
like
out outside
that.
McDonald's, like, whoa.
No, it's incredible. Like it's awesome, and like I miss, and I understand like that word, like in the States, like that word is not just like a normal word you say, like the C word, whatever, and like that's like a really offensive thing, like people say to like women,
Mm.
and like and I get it, and like I don't want people to say it, but I just miss like the energy of
It's
that
basically
shirt was just
become a
like the
term of
biggest
endearment here.
fuck you. No,
Yeah,
exactly. And I know that. I know you guys.
it's a proper UK thing, that isn't it, for sure.
Yeah, no, I know that. But here it's like I think I said it once. I said it once, and like my mom heard me say it, and like she
Oh
was like
man.
about to disown me. Like it's bad. Like, you don't say yeah, like you don't say that. You don't say
Yeah.
that here. That's like really shit. But but I miss that energy of just like
Yeah.
death metal is like a fuck you. Like I
Yeah.
love Sango Shunabog's. Like Sango Shunabog had a shirt, a long sleeve, and it was like rainbow colors, and it said "I eat my own cum."
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that shirt to me is like up there with the Cradle of Filth one.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah,
thought
that's something
exactly
you
the
did
same
look
as
at and
you.
go, well, fuck me, what? Yeah, like
There's some good ones from back. There's some crazy shirts. Like I love there's an old Deicide one. It says like fuck your god on like the arms and on the back. It just says it on the front too, and it says Deicide. Like that's a pretty cool shirt.
probably 300 pounds upwards now on eBay somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, yeah. And some kid that's never even heard like Metallica is gonna wear it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Massive balls.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Morbid Angel, Formulas Fatal to the Flesh, or Gateways of Annihilation.
I have Gateways on my list.
Yes.
Wow, there you
Gotta
go.
be
Gateways. And once again, when people ask what my favorite stuff is, it's based on like life experiences that I've had.
Yeah.
And that I found that record. I got that record on CD and like during just like when I was really cool years of my life when I was young and I was like really getting into metal. And so like that one just has, I mean, it's an amazing album on its own, but it just has like a sentimental value to me. Like I have like very specific memories of like driving around and listening to that to this day.
Wicked. It's almost like we knew Daz, wasn't it?
Yeah, a bit.
Yeah.
My next one, dude. Suffocation, Effigy of the Forgotten, or Pierce from Within.
And once again, it's like there's differences in production
Yeah.
on the record, like slightly.
Yep.
But it's like Pierce from Within, like the slam stuff on there is so sick.
It's
Like
those two are. So it's a bit of a cruel one because to me I think they're sort of inseparable in my mind. They're sort of inseparable.
Sure.
But
no,
yeah,
they're great. They're both great. But that like I think Liege of Inveracity, is that on?
it's on Effigy.
Yeah, okay. So maybe, yeah, I don't know. That's a hard one. I have a Human Waste on my list,
Oh yeah.
which is like that is like, and
underrated.
Once again it's linked to like my like development as like a metalhead. But like that one for me is like fucking awesome. But then again, like up at like they're cool still. I love Suffocation now, but like up until Frank left, like all those records are sick.
Oh, they're all great, man. They are.
I'm like they're still awesome, but it's like that, like with Frank, it was like a special. There was definitely like a special thing going on, and like they're just fucking cool. What a great band.
Yeah, the new album's wicked as well.
Yeah, I quite like the new album. I think I'm interested to see how people react to that actually.
Yeah.
To be honest with you. But
I think the Human Waste album cover is the coolest album cover.
Oh god, it's so sick.
And
I was looking at a shirt with the Human Waste cover on it, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to probably buy this.
It's like that's the coolest fucking art ever.
It's so sick.
It's awesome.
Right, last question, which is quite fitting actually, considering you're in one of their shirts. Nile, Annihilation of the Wicked, or Black Seas of Vengeance.
I have Annihilation of the Wicked on my list.
Yes, it has to be.
There you go, mate.
And incredible songs, but the production, and I keep talking about production, the production is awesome.
Yeah, it is
unbelievable.
Like it's like master class. Like you're like, what the fuck? Yeah. Like, and I love that record is so cool. And lots of people really like, and like, I just said like I love Human Waste, which is like the production on there is like, pretty raw. But for whatever reason, and maybe it's because I don't hear so well anymore, but like I like a more produced sound just because I can hear what's going on. I also think that like it just hits harder.
Yeah.
Like I don't have to imagine what it's doing, like it just is doing it. So I really like Annihilation of the Wicked. I think it's incredible. I think that record's awesome.
Death metal that's technical, if it doesn't have good production, it's taking a massive chunk of the play in a way. It's taking a massive chunk of the writing away because you're not hearing what the band want you to hear. So I hear you, man.
Exactly.
We talk about production loads, don't we? When we're discussing new albums in it. Yeah, it's a massively important thing.
Yeah, like Vader redid one of their first records. I forgot what it's called. They like re-recorded the whole thing, and it's awesome because the songwriting from their early stuff is great.
Yeah.
But then it's like with like more modern production, and it's like, this is sick.
Dude, Arthur Rizek doing the Bestial Devastation re-recording recently with Cavalera Brothers is fucking incredible.
Exactly. Like that's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's like, and I feel like when you think about albums that came out in a time when there just wasn't better production, that's really cool. But now like it's nice when you can hear it with good production. I just like that.
Yeah.
I'm not like a purist. I'm not like, oh, it needs to be shitty production. Like no.
No,
that's one reason I don't like like a lot of the black metal stuff. I'm like, it just sounds stupid. Like I'm sure if you like, I'm sure if like it was recorded cool, it would be
Yeah.
cool. But like I just like
Yeah,
I have no idea
that's
what's going on.
Has to have good production, man.
You know?
Dude, Eric, thank you very much for taking some time out to join us, man. It's been an absolute blast. Like, there's so much
Yeah.
more we could have talked about, but we keep you here all fucking day otherwise, man. So, but dude, thank you for taking the time. Super, super stoked for this Gatecreeper album, man. So, if you're down when the album drops, we'd love to have you back for a more in-depth chat about that. It'd be wicked.
Hey man, I'd love to come back and get some of the other guys if you want them. I mean, we
Oh,
really
yeah.
appreciate
Absolutely,
you
man.
having us on. Appreciate you having us on. I'm really glad you got to see us at Bloodstock. I'm really stoked for the new record, so keep an eye out for that. Yeah, it's gonna be next year is gonna be a really big year for us, and I'm really excited for our fans, and I'm excited for like the new people that'll probably hear us.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I'm excited to grow, and I would love to come back on the podcast. So
Awesome, man.
just keep
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely have you back.
100%. We'll have you back. Yeah, so thanks everyone for listening to Bangers and Mosh, the podcast for heavy music. We'll be back again very soon. Until then, party on, dudes.